I hear a lot often about innocent women and children, but I don't hear about the people who stand up and fight for their country when it's being invaded. And I think those people deserve respect, and they also die just as horribly as the women and children, and they are out there fighting obvious foreign invasion and imperialism. So I think all people who die in any war is a tragedy, and it's the aggressor nation that should suffer the guilt.
I have 3 really good friends from Iran. They're good people.
I want to distribute this. Can you do me a favor? I want a meeting.
I know that
Islamic school.
the cost of war costs more than feeding everyone in the world. That's just a silly equation. And we got important things to do. We act like there's urgent things that are equaling war, or leading us to war, but the important thing is feeding the people of the world. So we got to get on with the important business and stop all the shenanigans. Thank you. Stop the shenanigans. Alright, is there anyone else who feels moved to speak their conscience right now?
If I could get away from the emotional side, which I'm very emotional about the war myself, but from my reading and from what I know, the nuclear thing is a red herring. The problem that we're having with Iran is they're offering to sell oil for something other than dollars.
Right.
The dollar is the reserve currency of the world. Our economy is floating on cheap credit because we have the reserve currency of the world. Now, when the oil-producing countries start selling for the euro or any other currency other than the dollar, our economy is in the tank. That is what Washington is really afraid of, and they'll go to war to protect it.
Isn't that why they went to Iraq?
That's why they bombed. That's why they went into Iraq.
And isn't
Hussein was doing the same thing. He was selling for euros.
and isn't Russia and
Okay, Marma, should add one more thing.
going to be also doing that?
I spoke last time on Iran, but thinking about it, I think right now one thing that's more important than Iran immediately is Syria.
Absolutely.
And because that's the one that they're really like physically trying to target now. And to give you first of all, I think most of the stuff they propagate over here is lies and distortions of what's really going on over there. They're supporting a bunch of terrorists, which they're Saudis and the Qatari government is fiefdoms in the Persian Gulf, which were all colonies. You have to understand. And it was Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia came to power through the British Empire. They were nothing before that. But they're still lackeys of the British Empire with the Persian Gulf fiefdoms. These people are mobilizing with the imperialists against Syria now. Outrightly, they're financing terrorist groups in Syria, and then they film it, they go bomb places and explode places and kill people, and then they say these are the demonstrators. There was a few demonstrators in there, but most of them now have turned against them, seeing the situation as is. They want the protection of the government, and Assad has declared that he wants a change over there. He doesn't want to have a dictatorial rule. He said there's a democratic thing, not all parties can participate, etc., etc. But they're still continuing with these terrorist activities that they want to push in, and they're losing this war. This is the thing. With Iran's backing, we are losing it. The only catch they have with the imperialists is that they have the Arab League, and this is the thing you have to understand.
There's a bunch of people standing in front of you.
The Arab League is the continuation of that same Lawrence of Arabia and the British Empire that set it up. It hasn't become really independent. Now this arm of the British Empire, the Arab League, is calling for the removal of Assad as a dictator. Who? The king of Saudi Arabia. The king of Qatar. And what is Qatar? Qatar is a country with a population of 200,000 in an island, and they're claiming to be an island, and they have set up this Al Jazeera television through BBC and all to brainwash the Arab people and things like that for the purpose that they want to do. They want to see some of the facts of what's happening really in Syria. You go look at Press TV. I tell you. And this is the last month that the Arab League will be able to pull off this ploy as it has been doing, because the head of the Arab League right now is Qatar, and their term will be finished, and after that will come into the hand of the Iraqis who are allied with the Iranians, and they're going to stop this pressuring on Syria. And right now they took several provisions into the Security Council to get something passed to attack Syria, and the last one today I heard was vetoed by Russia and China. You know, this is very important to be aware of what's going on. There's the whole empire and the whole history of colonialism, and even the whole history of class struggle that goes back hundreds of years in the history of Islam, and all of it is coming down together at the same time. All of it is interrelated. What is going on in the Middle East, they talk about Shia, this, that, and all. This is the history of class struggle in Iran. The Shia represent, you know, over 1,000 years, 1,400 years of class struggle in the Middle East. Who were trying to rise to power for justice, equality, and things like that. So, just to get
Thank you. Farmak is super knowledgeable. I'm going to see if there, first of all, if there's anyone who hasn't said anything who wants to say something. So I think we're starting to a few people are drifting away. I think we want to end strong and unified. Is there anyone who hasn't said something who wants to say something? I think Farmak's comments about Syria were very well considered. I hope everyone paid close attention, because that's another very big danger of an intervention, and we should be mindful. We should definitely be mindful. Okay, if there is nobody else, last call.
I just have a minute.
Okay, Emma has some announcements.
Okay. Everyone hear Emma? So today, Jeff Patterson, the vet, is doing the Support Bradley Manning campaign. Is speaking at Revolution Books. In Pioneer Square. I'm going to walk there if people want to go. But also tomorrow, 3 o'clock p.m. at the University Methodist Church. I think that's the right name. University Temple Church. She's speaking there on a panel discussion.
Come. At 3.
Oh, number 3.
At 3.
If you sign up,
I think. Is that right?
yeah, at 3.
Okay. You want to say about the board? You got your
Yeah, it's still going around. If you guys expect an email soon, maybe we can pull together some kind of a meeting where some of us can come together and figure out, you know, how to take this to the college campuses, maybe doing some webcasts with some people, students from Iran, to bring the human face to the United States. So, all right.
All right, so if you're going to Pioneer Square with Emma, follow